Hi again, this is Melissa Wiringi and Wealthy Woman in Progress, episode number 6. I'm going really well. I'm still having heaps of fun with it, so I'm going to just keep going. What have I learned today? Well, I had an aha moment, another one, and they seem to just keep coming and coming, which is just wonderful. Couldn't ask for anything more. I spoke with a friend that I'd met at Speakers Institute in February last year, so it was quite a while ago. And Rob, if you're watching, hey, thank you so much for your support and thanks for talking with me today. It was really great to hear from you. So I was talking to Rob and I was, just telling a bit about my story and where I was at with my business, and I was talking about the money that I had spent. And Rob wonderfully pulled me up and said about my language, because it was something I hadn't thought of. And I talk about it often, what we say is so important. The language that we use is so important. And so using the word spend, I was saying I'd spent this money. And quite often when you spend money, Rob pointed out that the money is spent and it's gone. But when you invest your money, you're investing it and it comes back. So all the money that I had previously spent, I've actually realized that I've been investing tens of thousands of dollars into my brain, into my business, into becoming this next level version of myself. Like, that money isn't just gone forever. I've always consciously known that that money was invested in so many ways, because I knew that I wanted to up-level myself, and I knew that if I really wanted to make that commitment and really become another version of me, a stronger, a better leader, if I wanted to feel more successful, if I wanted to grow as a person, that I would need to part ways with money. I was framing it all in a not quite perfect way. So thank you so much to Rob, who I talked with today, and he was saying, just switch that up a little bit, and I'm going to be practicing it. So I need to go through and fix up probably the headings of what I have already put out there, because in a lot of that I've talked about the money that I have spent, whereas actually I'm really proud to say that most of that money I'd actually invested, because I spent, invested tens of thousands of dollars on my brain. I spent it / still not quite out of it yet. I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in coaching and courses and mentors, so that I can up level myself, so that I can become a greater version of myself. And these people that I have worked with have guided me on this journey to bring me here, so that I can sit here in front of you and share this journey and not be afraid of judgment, and not be afraid of what I look like online, or not be afraid of the stuff ups that I make when I go live. And they have helped me be here today in this just space that I'm in today. Feel like I've achieved and accomplished so much in the last 2 years, even though I've still got a huge amount that I want to get through this year. Investing that money in myself was a wonderful decision. So a really cool thing, just being conscious of what we're talking about, especially when we're talking about the ways we use our money. And if you are investing in yourself, be kind to yourself, and you didn't spend that money because it's not gone. It's going to come back in a whole lot of ways. It's invested because it will come back. You are going to grow as a human being. You're going to grow as a person. You are going to be solid. So I hope this message reaches the other people that it was meant to get to, because I was really grateful to hear that, and that was like my aha for the day. I've also had another aha, but I'll save that for another day, because with my YouTube, as you can see, probably every episode I'm just in a really wonderful, bubbly vibe, and I want to keep it in that high vibe. But a couple of the things that I want to touch on coming up are things like things that, like my fears, things that I've been afraid of over the time. And I want to be able to bring them to you, but not in a like downer way. I still want to keep it in my up level way because I don't know, that's just how I am. I like being in a good mood. I like being smiling. I like to be full of life because that's the person who I've chosen to be before. I don't know, I might give you a really, really fast backstory. Before I had my children and before I left with my kids, we left drug-fueled violence. Don't worry, it wasn't too bad. I completely survived and conquered, like cool as. But before that, like I had really gone along in life very mediocre. I didn't really have a true understanding of the elements of happiness, so I didn't really live my life from a space of gratitude. I didn't live my life in a space of abundance. I didn't live my life with law of attraction. So I, in about 23 years, I'd sort of just gone along it, like I always call it the meh level, like I lived life meh. And so once I discovered this world of happiness at like 23, 24, I've embraced it, and it's only grown and grown and grown the longer that I've worked on my happiness. So that is a little bit of a side story, and so I consciously choose happy every day. And so my husband sometimes goes, oh, it's a bit fake to be happy all the time, but no, I choose to be happy. And so sometimes, yes, things in my life will happen. They might have bad things that happen, or sadness or illness or something like that, where I probably won't be as high vibey, but I still walk with that like overarching feeling of happiness and gratefulness, gratitude. That's just who I chose to be. And so when I show up online and I am this bubbly, vibrant person, no, I'm not always 100% like that. Like I can turn around and totally yell at my kids sometimes, not very often, thank goodness, these days. But it's not that I'm trying to portray a fake persona, it's just this is actually who I choose to be so much of the time. I actually love being happy. I love the way that it makes me feel. When I'm in a room and then there's someone that's not equally happy, sometimes I'm just putting my energy to try and bring that level up, unless it's my husband. Still got some work there to do, but it's awesome. And so this is who I choose to be, and I chose this because I spent so long in the coasting along under happiness, so I'd prefer to be full of life. I prefer to be smiling. I prefer to share this happy person that I've become. And so I just the negative stuff I just don't really get anymore, and I don't really enjoy sharing the bad stuff. So I've got to work on that though, because that's part of my journey, and there will be stuff that comes up, and I'll share that another day though, because I've already done 2 awesome things. So hopefully somebody picks up something great from today's one. And my son is washing my car with his super soaker. Thank you, my darling. Alright, well, that's me for today. So here's to your free-spirited success. If you've enjoyed anything in this today, I would love it if you can just please like, subscribe if you want to see more value, tell your friends, share this if there's something that you believe could help somebody on their journey towards wealth. Thanks again for listening today. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and that's me.